July 1st, 2010. On June 28th, the Supreme Court ruled that the Second Amendment, like other provisions in the Bill of Rights, apply equally to all citizens living in the United States, including citizens living right here in the city of Chicago. Now, for the past 28 years, handguns have been banned here in the city, and the court's ruling the other day effectively overturns that ban. We were curious to know what people living in this city thought of the court's action, and so we took our cameras to Taste of Chicago and asked people their opinion on the court's ruling.
Did you have any reaction to that ruling by any chance?
I think that's a good ruling.
I'm sorry?
I said I think that's a good ruling.
No, I think that should still be outlawed. Guns are dangerous. I'm a mama. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm a mother.
Do you have any initial reaction to that ruling one way or the other?
I didn't hear the outcome of the ruling yet.
They actually ruled in what would be construed as against the city. It makes the Chicago handgun ban rather problematic from here on out.
Good.
I think it's a really tragic ruling, and I'm not surprised with this particular Supreme Court being as conservative as they are.
The bad guys are going to have guns anyway, as you can tell by the number of shootings that have taken place in Chicago. So I think the good guys should have the right to be able to have a gun legally to protect themselves against the bad guys. We're going to have guns anyway, whether it's legal or not.
The court's decision was a formal rebuke of the prohibition gun policies of Chicago Mayor Richard M. Daley, whose anti-gun crusade has made Chicago officially nearly gun-free. The mayor has vowed to make legally acquiring handguns as difficult as possible for law-abiding Chicagoans. We were curious if people thought this was a good idea.
I think licensing is a good idea. I think training or some kind of class would be a good idea.
I think it's a very good idea to make those laws as restrictive as possible to get fewer guns on the streets and to keep guns off the streets.
Maybe, I guess it would kind of slow down just anybody getting them, but I don't know. I think it might be kind of unfair.
If you lived in Chicago and it were suddenly legal for you to buy a handgun for self-defense, would you buy one?
No, I would not.
Would you be uncomfortable with a gun in the house?
Yes, I would.
Do you think that Chicagoans should be able to buy a handgun for self-defense in their own home?
No. No, I don't.
Overall, do you think Chicagoans have the right to buy a handgun for self-defense?
Yeah, I do. The police carry them to defend themselves. Why can't everybody else carry them to defend themselves?
So often, family members shoot family members, or arguments ensue, and in the heat of the moment, people kill members or friends of their own families. Sometimes people get drunk and do that. There are all kinds of accidents where children get a hold of guns and are playing with them and kill themselves or a friend. It's a really bad thing to keep a gun in the house.
Now that the Supreme Court has addressed this particular gun issue, there's talk of introducing conceal and carry here. And the idea isn't all that far-fetched. What most Illinoisans don't know is that, per an obscure statute dating to the 1870s, Illinois mayors and aldermen are designated as peace officers and, as such, are already allowed to carry a concealed handgun. And so, for the time being anyway, in the state of Illinois we have two sets of gun laws, one for the ruling class and one for the ruled. Most people with whom we spoke were very surprised to learn about this legal double standard.
Did you know that Chicago aldermen are allowed to carry a conceal and carry?
I didn't know that. It wouldn't surprise me.
Alderman? Wow, well go figure. He wants to carry one, but doesn't want anybody else to carry one to protect themselves.
Oh, that's nice. That's kind of defeating the purpose, isn't it? So, well, that's kind of funny, but you know, I guess that's what makes news.
No, I didn't know that. An alderman goes to my church, so I had to ask him about that.
I don't think it's fair. I think anybody who doesn't have any legal reasons to not carry a handgun should be allowed to until they break the rules and aren't able to carry one anymore. Because just as well as they give you a gun permit, they can take one away. And I think if you haven't done anything to warrant yourself to not be able to legally carry one, then you should be able to legally carry a handgun.
For Founding Bloggers in Chicago, this is Michael Kadela.